Oh, hey there, folks. You're listening to Service from Hell, and this is part 2 of 2 with Jennifer Reed Williams. And you already know how this works. I say this every time. But you really, really, in this case, do want to go back and listen to the first episode because she shares so many crazy stories. And we get more into it in this episode. So thank you, folks, so much for listening.
Okay, so I want to go back to the inspection piece, though. So when you would lay out the lot and like all the stuff would be put up, yeah. So then would an inspector come that same day and make sure that everything was good before
Sometimes not the same day. That was Gary's job. For one carnival, it was Gary. And that was his job. His whole job was to make sure everybody was in line. Every screw was in place. And he would go and inspect. Twice a day he would inspect. And then inspectors from the state or from the fair or wherever would follow up on his. But you'd shut down a ride for 10 minutes, he'd be there inspecting. And then he'd go to the next ride. That was his job all day, every day, was to inspect all the machinery.
So to ask the very obvious question, did anything ever happen where a screw was missed and a ride fell apart?
Yes. There was one time in Boise, Idaho, where the zipper got stuck. We had to call in the fire department. Not a big deal.
The zipper got stuck.
Here's a story. We had an individual who came to our carnival and claimed that their child's arm was broken.
Shut the fuck up.
Rides.
Knowing that hadn't happened.
It's going down. Yeah. So my father, being who he was, said, let's get you, call ambulance to the hospital. Reed went. I'm going to pay cash. Like, you have nothing to worry about.
We got you.
We're going to take care of this for you. The doctor came out and said that arm's been broken for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Good for that doctor for being honest.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Those are things that would happen because, we're carnies, right?
And it's a small town.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we do.
Yeah.
As far as our rides breaking down, God, I can't think of any.
Wait, I have to, I'm going to let you answer that. But so when the doctor came out and said that arm has been broken for 2 weeks, did your dad pay for it anyway?
He paid for it anyway.
Of course he did.
And
I knew that was going to be the fucking answer.
Yeah, and the police took over from there.
Good. Get that kid out of that person's care.
No, Reed was very...
He was
we had a death on the carnival one time of a child. It was one of our employees' children.
Oh, fuck off.
He backed up in his truck and ran over his own child.
Oh, he must have lost his mind.
Yeah, that was such a sad day.
Oh, you don't get over that?
No. To this day, I think about it every time I back out of my driveway. Right.
Can you imagine being his parent, though? Like,
No.
I mean, he must be...
No.
That's the day you lose your mind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you... Oh, God bless America. Oof.
And then there was one time somebody's dog at a thing attacked another one of our employees' children and got in her face, and she had some plastic, and Reed paid for that. But never big issues like insurance issues.
So it wasn't like a screw fell off of the roller coaster.
No, not like those. Every time I see a carnival, like there was one recently that came out where it was like tipping and like all the patrons had to run and grab it. I was like, that would have never happened on our carnival because our guys would have been there first, you know?
Sure.
We carried radios. Everybody was talking to the golf carts going around nonstop. So... But nothing that I can think of.
Did you guys have a roller coaster as one of your rides?
We had a tiny roller coaster. Not a big
so
one.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, these big fairs can carry that big roller coaster because they're there for 4. We're talking maybe we were only there for 3-4 days. So our setup and slough is what we call when we tear it down is slough.
It had to be fast.
There were times where we'd close at midnight on a Sunday, slough that same night, be on the road by 6 a.m., set up the next day, and be ready to go by Tuesday.
Girl, you have got to go on. I mean, listen, I am so pleased that you were on this podcast. I can't even fucking tell you. I'm losing my mind right now. You have got to go on This American Life. Like, you have to.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, girl.
I was like, I should start a whole, because these guys are alive. These old carnies are alive.
Yeah. And also people are, it's continuing on.
Conversations with carnies.
Girl, that's a great name. That is a great name. Now listen, it's been stated, so now y'all can't steal this idea. She said it, so and I'm going to air this.
Like,
but
there's so many out. They have stories.
Well,
these
you have stories.
When Reed gets together with these old men who
have seen it all.
They've seen, like my grandpa had Alaska. They would fly these guys in with carnivals in Alaska.
How you about to fly equipment over?
The woman who owns the carnivals in Alaska is one of the richest women, I'm convinced, in the world.
For real?
Yeah.
She's like Bezos level money.
Yeah, they use Christmas lights because the carnival lights couldn't work on the Ferris wheel. They would literally string Christmas lights to get it to work because it was so cold.
Fuck off.
And then Ray, they loved him with his silver hair. Ray, my grandpa, they loved him with his silver hair. The ladies after hours in Alaska, the ladies loved Ray.
I'll bet. I bet there's a certain swagger that comes with being a carny. You're like, I've seen it all. Oh yeah. He's like, you know that roller coaster? That's my King Carney. God damn it. Stop it. I can't even No, like I have got to figure out a way to get you on This American Life. Ira Glass, if you're listening, he's not. If you're listening, get this girl on your podcast. Like I could talk to you about this for fucking 6 more hours. Yeah. I don't even like, it's such a world that it's kind of one of those things that they call it the, not white noise, but there's sort of those things in the background of your childhood that you're like, yeah, those things were just, they're ubiquitous with being a kid. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, it was just sort of always there, but you don't think about the logistical bullshit that was required to get it there, or that there were also kids my own age or your own age, like working it.
Yep.
You know, you just think like, well, sure, I just give them a ticket and then like, well, it's not there next week, but I don't really, you don't think about it beyond the week that it's there.
Yeah, the 16-year-old girl running the water race that's chit-chatting with you, giving you the prizes. Yeah. Like, you're just like, you're like, she's just there. It's a secondary character in your life.
Yes, that
just
is what
passes
it is.
by.
Yes, it's a secondary character in your life that you just don't. God, there's got to be 600 horror films that have to. I mean, sort of the. Anyway, I have to reel it in. Okay,
that was us. That was what I did. You know.
Did you ever fall in love on the road? Was ever?
Don't even get me started.
I
on
knew
that.
it.
Don't.
I knew it. It's like my summer camp romances, or you find this boy, you're like, that's my guy forever.
Oh,
you must have.
No, it was his father owned the games.
Oh, you fell in love with someone connected to the fucking carnival?
Years.
Did y'all date?
Oh, forever.
Oh,
forever. Forever. He was like everything. And yeah, he's married with 2 kids in Texas.
Well, you're married.
Hey, Fred.
What up, Fred? You're married with kids though too.
I know.
So clearly it wasn't, you know.
It wasn't meant to be.
We
but
love
yeah,
Bama,
that was
your life for those summers.
He was the man.
Now, was he your summer love, or was he you kept in touch
all the time?
He was your love.
But we would see each other in the summer.
Oh, that's a fun game. Oh God, what a fun way to make the jobs of summer camp romance is like the fucking best. Okay.
Right? And I'd work games and he worked different games and like
you'd see each other. No! And you'd like fucking like wink.
Yeah.
Like, that's my dude.
All the time. All the time.
That love is, I miss summer love. Oh, so fun. What is this podcast about? What are we talking about? This is customer service, sort of.
Everything's customer service.
Everything.
First love, customer service.
Listen.
Carnivals, worst customer. You guys think you have it bad in restaurants? Let's talk about carnival customer service.
Okay, let's. Okay, so have you ever been barfed on?
No.
No?
Not that I can
All
think of.
those spinny
I've been
rides?
spit on.
You mean, like,
I didn't work the rides.
Oh, that's right.
And you get pretty good at dodging vomit.
Because you can see it coming.
Yeah.
Wait. You got spit on working games?
All the time.
Fuck, what is that? How?
If they didn't win, if they were drunk, drunk rodeo dudes? Come on. In Montana?
A teenager?
Drunk. Yeah, they didn't know I was a teenager. Huge titties at the age of 13. Like, get out of here.
You're like, I look like I'm 20. But spitting on anyone full stop is disgusting.
Gross.
But also like, what?
Yeah.
Over a fucking carnival?
Punched in the face all the time.
Besides,
I always
the
have friends that are
punching?
like, you should be a boxer because you don't care about your face. Because I will lean into it. Like, getting hit in the face, probably because it happened so much when I was a kid.
Give me a ballpark. How many times?
60.
Jesus Christ, Jen.
Yeah. Some of them not so hard, obviously.
I don't give a fuck.
Women,
You're putting
men,
hands
other
on kids?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have.
Drunks get mad if they don't win that prize.
You fucking know the games are rigged. It's a fucking carnival.
They are not rigged.
Okay, Jen. We not gonna see eye to eye on this one. Okay, girl. Everybody wins. Wink. Okay. Wait, I cannot fucking imagine. I like legit don't even know.
People are horrible.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But how would you react when I know you say you lean in, but would you?
Well, by the time I, shake it off, somebody already tackled the dude.
Jesus.
Oftentimes my summer love.
Fred had your back, girl. That's so sweet. See, that's why summer love is the worst, because it ruins you. You're like, this is real love. Oh, it's the worst. Okay. So coming full circle. So when was the last time you worked at a carnival?
Oh God, it was.
I'm not asking you. You don't have to tell people how old you are now, but I mean, like, was it several years ago?
22.
Okay.
It was literally, I worked the lemon. You guys have seen them at the fair.
Yeah,
the
we
lemon.
have. Yeah. Can you explain what that is for
when I was
people
in college, where I squeezed lemonade.
literally squeezed lemonade, like real lemons? It's
like
the best
a
lemonade
weekend.
you'll have in your life.
It was north of Vegas. What's the town north of Vegas that starts with an L? It was the
Fuck
there
me.
at the fair north of Vegas. It was when I was in college, and I said, "Hey, girl, I'm a roommate, let's go. We're gonna make some quick money." Walked out with like $6,000
Fuck off!
from the weekend.
Fuck off! I'm about to find a
And
carnival.
I did some jobs in Vegas.
Wink.
We haven't even gotten. We
there.
haven't even gotten to adult life.
This is a 6-hour long podcast.
If
It's
you
fine.
think I haven't done some jobs or interviewed for some interesting jobs that I
She
didn't
sure
take,
has. She sure has. Okay.
I'm open to it all. I'm
All
an
right.
equal opportunist.
Well, you're a carny. You don't have much to fucking. All right, we're gonna get there. Okay, so 22 was the last age that you worked a carnival job,
Yes.
but you didn't sell till 25.
Yeah.
So was during those last 3 years were your parents still?
My father was.
He was
My
on his
parents divorced when I was 14, and Beverly took a settlement to get out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Beverly's
so she
your
sold
mom.
her carnival to Reed, and he had both.
Did she still perform?
No.
Oh, so she was done. She was like over
Yeah.
it.
She's like, I'm done. Yeah. She only performed when she was much younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay,
She only
okay.
beat the drum when she was like 8.
Oh shit.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
talking.
So you could be on those
You're
horses.
like, I started working at 21. Well, we started working at 2.
Oh.
So she had a deformity. It was even sooner. Come one, come all, you know?
If your hand's growing out of your face, we got a job for you. Amazing. We gonna get you paid. God bless the carnival. Okay, so on to my second question of this section. How many customer service jobs have you had? The carnival?
Everything is a customer service job.
Thank you. That's my point.
Everything is
I
a customer service job.
I agree.
I've never worked in a restaurant. I've never had a tip job.
Wait, why did I think you had? You never have?
No, I helped out at the Hard Rock when I was
Yeah.
pregnant.
Maybe that's why.
That was because my ex got a DUI and I had to pick him up from work, so I would just come early
Sure.
and like, you guys
Sure.
had the best Caesar salad with the extra Parmesan.
That's actually
Like,
true.
It was
true.
insane.
Real
When
good.
I was pregnant with her, I lived off of that Caesar
Did you
salad.
really?
Oh my God.
I love it.
So delicious. Now I need a Caesar salad. It's so bad.
This is going to be a 6-hour
I think
interview,
I'm
so we'll get them. I'll get one delivered. Keep talking.
Yeah. So I was there and I would help. Like he would call out, then I'd write down probably for Ralph. I probably made his life a living hell. I was like, oh.
I love Ralph. Okay, so how many? But
I saw
okay,
him a couple weeks ago.
did you really? He's
Yeah,
GMing
at the
and-
Mavericks concert.
Oh, really? He goes to concerts all the time. He's fucking GMing the one on Hollywood Boulevard now.
Well, if
he's
he
like,
needs an inventory clerk, I'm here.
He's got you.
I love numbers.
I bet you do. All right, let's count them. All right, Carnival's 1.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Oh, I worked in. Oh God, we're gonna get into college. Sales. In college,
Sales.
I worked at Express.
Ugh. Okay.
Back then, it was called Structure for Men. Do you remember?
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
yeah, no, that was me
Oh, you did retail
in
for them?
Vegas
Oh,
on the strip.
who's selling fucking suits on the street? Oh, a lot of people.
Caesars.
Yeah, that makes
Caesars,
sense.
yeah.
Actually, that's very on brand.
And I worked as a barker at a strip club, which falling part of the Carney course. God, this is gonna get weird.
No, it's not. We're already
My
there.
job
Oh boy.
at the strip club. I was not a stripper. If you can't see me, but we're
Fuck off! You could totally be a stripper. We're not doing that.
I could,
We're not
yes.
we're not doing that on my podcast.
Yeah.
You could be a stripper.
Big girls need love too.
Hey, we're not. I'm editing that the fuck out.
So
you're
I
gorgeous.
wasn't a dancer. I was hot in college. It was more
hot
so
now.
the dancing skills.
Sure, that's an Olympic sport.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It really is.
Yes.
And I have other skills, mostly talking to people. They gave me a limo and they sent me out to the casinos to bring back the men for the strip club.
Oh my God.
So I would go up to the tables. I'm really lucky I'm not blacklisted. Come to find out, that's not allowed, which I didn't know at the time. Yeah, you're taking away their business. And I would go up to guys playing poker and be like, hey, I have a limo ready to take you for a good time. And they'd get in the limo and I'd send them away and go find the next crowd. And
Wait, they would just say yes?
yeah. Oh, why would they not?
Wait, but your pitch was I'm going to take you to a a good time. And that was it?
Yeah. I'm going to take you to a good, does it take more? Where did you grow up?
I watch too much murder shit. And I'm instantly thinking, if someone came up to me and they were like, get in this car, you're about to have a good time. I'd be like, well, it better be great because I'm going to get murdered. Like,
no,
what?
it was an easy job, in fact. So, I'd go out, we'd start, my strip club was south of Luxor. Let's just leave it that broad.
Yep.
And I would start at the Luxor and I'd go find a nice bachelor party of young, impressionable men and say, hey, I got Suzette, who's ready to give you a lap dance for $20 back in the car. And then we're going to take you to this club. No entry fee if you show up with me. And you're going to have a good time. The ladies are amazing.
And there would actually be a stripper in the limo?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the time.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes multiple.
Yeah. Wow.
Either a good time or a good story.
Always. Okay. So you did that during college.
Yeah.
How were you not because in college I just wanted to go out and party. Like, how did you not want to be part of the party?
Oh, no, we did that too. It was Vegas. Vegas is on 24/7.
So you would work for like a handful of hours.
I could work 2 nights at the strip club and party
the other 5
nights. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That'll do.
And you never paid for your own drink.
Ever.
Because we just walk up and it's tourist city.
Okay. So
you're good. I never bought my own drink in Vegas. It's the worst place to send your child to college.
I mean,
Dad,
I don't know how you got anything done.
Nothing. I got nothing done.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened. I know that I got my fake ID at the library at UNLV, just in case you didn't know that people are running a scam in your library.
That's currently for sure still happening.
And then it was so bad because they printed out like the same time. They had a full-on shtick up in one of those. Yeah.
So,
but I mean, it was the early 2000s, 2001.
Nobody was fucking, wasn't that serious 20 years ago. Okay.
People were snorting coke off of strippers' asses.
That's true. They're still fucking doing that. That's
all day, every day.
Yeah. That's Vegas. That's LA.
My life is weird.
You have a lot.
No wonder people are like, your life is strange. I sound crazy.
No, you don't. Your life just sounds like you've lived 67 lives. I don't know how you don't have 52 weird? Kids. No, it's not weird. It's cool.
I have 4 kids and I'm 65 at heart. People are like, why don't you do anything fun? I did it.
I've actually done it all.
What do you want to do? Because I probably did it. I can tell you what the outcome is.
None of it's good.
Let's make bad decisions together from my couch.
Let's just talk about
hypotheticals.
And I can tell you how it ends. Okay, so Barker at a strip club. Then what'd you do after that?
That's when I met Matt.
Okay.
I didn't meet him as a Barker at a strip club, but it was around the same time.
So then you came, and that's when you got into education.
Yeah.
And working at labs.
Vet hospital.
Oh, vet hospital. God.
But that was like, I worked at a vet hospital.
Yeah. I mean, but animals are there.
Job,
yeah.
Vegas.
All right. So I'm going to say 10 customer service jobs because I'm going to add 2 for what you do now and for the inventory at Hard Rock.
Right.
So we're going to say 10 total.
Kids.
Oh, God. Well, that's its own thing. If I added that, every fucking person I've interviewed is going to be like, I have 67. And I'd be like, you're right. You do. Okay. So 10 total. Which was your favorite of all of those customer service jobs?
Carney.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was horrible at times, but 99% of the time it was just amazing.
The best. When you were not getting punched in the face, you were having a really good time.
Everything has its downside.
I mean, yin and yang, folks. Yin and yang. Okay. Least favorite of all of those 10 jobs?
Oh, God. Probably this. Like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Like
not
when
today.
I first started freelancing in the creative education space, we got there's some trash out there.
Okay, well, can you give me an example?
Example happened today.
Oh, fuck.
I told you on the
Look at this timing.
I don't know, I told you.
You did.
I had a client who paid us in April of 2020 to build him a website.
Okay.
Built the website, right? The liaison between us doing this and his education course was his ex-girlfriend who he ended up cheating on. I spent numerous meetings with him trying to finalize the site, which was done, just getting minor tweaks and things like that. Or he would just cry because
he was getting broken up with because he cheated.
He was getting dumped. And today, coincidentally, he asked me for a refund.
Now, today is November 18th of 2021.
Right?
So well over a year.
And a half.
So asked you for a refund. How does one do that?
He Instagrammed me.
He fucking slid into your DMs?
He slid into my DMs, and he commented on a post trying to discredit my name.
What a fucking psycho.
Yeah. And then he apologized after I chewed him out on. That's probably him right there.
So you said to him...
No.
You said no.
Say some bad shit. What are you going to do?
Yeah. I guess that's what I don't understand.
Tarnish my name online. Do whatever you want. Do you think... That's one thing being a carny taught me. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I will go online and show receipts. I have Zoom recordings of you crying about your ex dumping you.
Yeah.
You really want to fuck with me? Okay, let's do this.
So how does that... But you did say off the mic, though, that you've had people retroactively say...
Oh, yeah, from Stripe or PayPal? Absolutely. They'll call their banks and be like, nope, fraud. After I've recorded them on Zoom saying that they love their site.
So I just want to get clear so that the audience understands. What you're saying is they will say to you, these are clients of yours that have signed up to work with you, who will then say to you, yes, I love this. Then they will call Visa, call MasterCard, call whomever and say, I did not authorize this charge.
Yep.
And then the credit card company, what happens next?
Then they take the funds from my account. So it's Stripe and PayPal, usually an online service charge provider or whatever it may be. And they'll take the funds out, and then you have to fight it.
When you say take the funds out, you mean take your money.
Take my money. Yeah.
So that becomes money you no longer have access to. And then you then have to do how much heavy lifting to get that money back?
Tons.
Emails,
videos. I have to send a whole package off.
And didn't you also say they don't often find in your favor?
Nope, they don't.
So then you as a business
Probably
owner...
50-50.
So 50% of the time, for those claims of fraud, which are not fraud, you lose the money for having done the service that you already provided, correct?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
This is unconscionable. Like, I don't understand going through life in that way.
Yeah.
So then do you ever contact... See, I'd be tempted, because I'm petty, I'd be tempted to contact that customer directly and say, you went to your company or your credit card company and said you didn't spend this money that you definitely spent with me. Like, have you ever done that?
Yeah.
And what do they say back?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It came through as Bridge Education, LLC. I wasn't sure who that was. I'll call my bank.
And then they don't.
They don't.
Because they're actually running a scam. What fucking piece... How does that not make you want to quit?
Well, I mean, there's more good than bad, for sure. But that's a rough one, especially if you're just starting out. When we were starting out, like, I can't lose $5,000 on my... Yeah, $5,000 on my payroll. I can't pay Cassia. I can't pay any VAs that we have working for us. We only have one, but...
That means virtual assistant, everybody. I'm very smart.
Or I don't take pay. And Cassie and Allison always come before me. There's times where you're living off your savings because...
Somebody lied.
Yeah.
$5,000 is a difference maker for most people. It certainly is for me. Like, ugh.
And in 2020, especially when the pandemic hit, we saw it
over and over and over.
It happened 3 times in 2020, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you calculate,
when you're a small
it's
business,
$15,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
And when I was taking on more people because I wanted to help more people, it became a problem.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
So did you win any of those cases that happened in 2020?
50-50. Yeah. Jesus. I won
one.
Two out of the 3 big ones.
Yeah.
One of them I lost, and then there was another minor one, which...
You were like, I'm not even going to fucking waste my time. Which I think they count on when people are
absolutely
shitty like that.
But when somebody's just starting out, I'm lucky where I have a team to back me. I have Cassia, and we all have our different strengths, and I'm always the front of the company because I'm the talker, because I'm the barker. So I'm still doing the same job I did when I was 8 years old. And Cassia is really the talent, the behind the scenes, the coding, she went to school for graphic design, and Allison is an amazing artistic talent where she's able to do that behind the scenes. So I'm lucky where I'm not pulling all the jobs, where if it's just one single online business manager or virtual assistant,
you can
or
fuck
somebody.
Them.
Yeah.
That's it.
That could break.
That could be a wrap for the business.
Yeah, and their kids. And maybe they won't get to feed their family. And people don't think of this. And these aren't people that were hard up for cash. Let's just put that.
Yeah. I doubt. I bet it's...
So when they do things like that, and I know if they do it to me...
They're doing it to everybody.
You know, I'm one of a very well-known person out there in this sphere of... There's not a lot of us.
But on online courses,
it's not like I'm a LeBron James or anything.
Yes, you are. You're the GOAT.
Okay. But like there's very few of us, and there's more and more up and coming, which I think is amazing. And I think everybody should be in this field and being able to provide these services online. But I know that they're
going to get burnt out.
And you hear online a lot of people talking about, oh, this VA ghosted me, or this VA did these things. And I want to be like, really? Yeah. I have more stories of people who had cash that screwed over VAs than vice versa.
That would just burn me out. So that's why your answer is least favorite 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Last year, 2 years ago. Now we're moving into a place where it's more passive income because we built the platform and we've had this, the people who created Wix don't have to worry about customer service as much, right?
Yeah.
They hire out chat support. And, we're getting to that point where we're trying to swing in that direction. But that can make or break
a business. It can make or break someone even joining the whole entire career like that. This is why people end up working for someone else, because they're like, the risk is so great.
So great.
That you're like, you want the reward to be higher, which in some cases, obviously it is.
I can tell you 100% of the time the reward is higher.
Okay, well, that's good.
But
the risk is so great.
It's still there. It's still there. And you get caught in this trap. We call it scope creep. I don't know if you have that.
I know what you mean, but go ahead and explain it.
Scope creep. So when, let's say they say they're going to take their money back, or they feel like they didn't get the great service that they expected, or where they start to creep on the scope of your work.
Sure.
Where, I didn't think that would go the way it went. I would like if you could.
It's keeping people out of the job, and it's frustrating. And
this is a huge career people can go into right now.
Yeah.
This is an amazing. If you don't have a job, if you have a laptop, please reach out. Like, online business managers, there's money to be, even for you. Like, for example,
as an actor.
Starting podcasts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women out there that pay coaches $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to teach them how to start a podcast.
And I keep helping people for free, which I need to stop doing.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk after this. Okay, well, we're gonna keep questions going because I don't know how long Fuckhead's gonna be drilling his fake bed or whatever. Okay, what's the weirdest thing you've been asked to do whilst you were on the clock?
Ooh.
I bet it's a Carney. You got a couple answers. Like, has anyone propositioned you for, I would assume, when you were a strip club barker?
Are we gonna go into this? Okay, let's do it. All right.
Can't wait.
Okay. I interviewed at a place called the Green Door.
Okay.
In Las Vegas. Don't write that down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can write that down. It's okay. People on the podcast, don't write that down.
Okay. Everyone keep it moving.
It all has a sister location called the Red Rooster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
I was new from Nampa, Idaho to Vegas, and they were looking for a cocktail waitress. And we jumped in with a trial. It was interesting. There was numerous rooms inside of the Green Door where people were doing things. It was a swingers club.
Oh, shit.
And the moment that I walked in for the situation, there was a situation. It's just going to go. It's going to go south from here. I'm sorry.
I can't wait.
Oh, my gosh.
Come
the
on,
honesty
Jen.
kills me. There was we're maybe 75-year-old man just masturbating at the bar. Like, we're getting in there. Now I'm 18. Fresh off the farm.
Fresh off the farm, and you see a man with his dick in his hands.
Yeah. I don't know if I saw the dick per se.
But you heard the dun 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 dun
you could
hitting
see
the bar.
The action, but I don't know.
It was implied.
It was there. And so as we're there, walking around, the owner shows us the rooms, and the girl I'm with asks, "Is there any other jobs you're taking applications for?" And dead stare, looks at us, and he's like, "We're always looking for a backdoor girl."
What the fuck does that mean? Oh my God.
I was like, I'm new here, but I feel like it's my time to leave.
You're like, this
my
carny
intuition is giving me the old go ahead.
Heave ho. This carny's intuition is
probably
on
best
point.
if you head back to the dorms, Jennifer.
At UNLV.
Right.
from Nampa, Idaho.
Love.
Okay, so what did you ever find out what backdoor girl meant?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm 40.
Does it mean what we think it means?
Yes, it means what you think it
Okay,
means.
great. So that's the weirdest thing you've been asked to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
it-
real. Okay. We'll keep it moving. Was there ever an incident that made them ask to speak to your manager whilst you were working or someone above you? I don't know how carny life works if there's like a manager. Did they anybody ask to talk to your
Fuck
dad?
them. There's no manager. You want to talk to somebody? Fuck you.
Fuck you. Okay,
to this
great.
day, you want to talk to some.
Here's my fist.
Sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, can I talk to somebody else?" And I'm like, "Who? Cassia? Fuck you. Talk to me." No, I don't get that a lot. I don't think I've ever gotten that.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're taking fucking slugs to the fucking face, there's not a whole lot of like, who else above you can I punch?
I've also never, again, probably.
This gentleman upstairs.
I appreciate
I'm so
it.
mad, Jen.
I don't
I'm
think it's a
so
drill
mad.
at this
No,
point.
now he's fucking, it's a rabbit. He's masturbating himself. This is so frustrating. Go ahead.
It's appropriate for this conversation.
I guess
though.
it's staying in. So
I have never feared losing a job. So
now
if
see,
somebody,
that's a freedom I don't understand.
yeah. Why? I could join a carnival.
Oh, would you go back to that?
Fuck yeah, I would.
You would.
Any day.
Oh, interesting.
I would probably retire on a carnival.
Do you think so?
I kid you not. If my kids took over my business at this point and I was like 65, I'd be like,
Watch me go be
I'm
a carny.
coming.
I'm
like, it's happening. You guys.
I'm
I'll
coming
be in
for
my
you, zipper.
RV, pompadour, big glasses, saggy titties up in there. You will know who I am.
You lean into that identity so fucking hard. You'd be like, you thought I was weird before.
Right?
Bitch,
Wait till
you
my
ain't see me.
60s.
Bama's just like,
I will have a
okay, I know.
podcast you will be producing just called like Carney Travels.
I would totally do that. Amazing.
Old lady Carney. Like, whatever you want it to be.
It'd be a shot of your tits out. It'd be so good. So there wasn't a whole lot of like chain of command shit in all the jobs you've had because you
I mean,
have
there
that
was,
freedom,
but-
you're just like, I don't care.
Like, fuck you.
What do you
You think my customer service is bad? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to go.
Because that's
I'll
confidence.
quit. I would quit my job. If a manager ever came up and was like, oh yeah, she was wrong, I'd be like, fuck you too.
Because
I'm out.
you have such a code of ethics. This is that church
Yeah.
call shit.
Yeah.
Like you have a code of ethics that you're like, I know that I'm right.
Yeah.
Now, would you admit that you were wrong if you ever
Oh,
were?
100%.
See, that's
Yeah.
how you read. Okay. So you know that if a manager's coming at you and you've already admitted a misstep,
Yeah.
you're like, please fire me.
That's
I wish you
anxiety.
would. That's true.
That's a mental condition.
That's right.
That we all go to therapy.
Yes,
for.
girl. Some of us are currently
My
in therapy
anxiety
for it.
prevents me from being wrong.
Hello.
I tell this to my husband all the time.
Hello.
Like, there is no way to fight with me because I have already thought of every scenario
Yeah.
in my head.
And I've worked it out and I'm too.
And I'm still right.
Well, hello. Girl, we get along great. Okay, what was now I guess I would imagine there wasn't like a last straw where you were like, fuck being a carny, I'm out. It just seems like it was a
Yeah,
natural
just
progression.
grew, yeah.
Was there ever a job where you were like, absolutely fuck this, I'm out?
Oh, yeah.
What was
At
that?
the real estate firm.
Okay, so what?
Fuck that
Oh,
guy.
yep, you told us that. Okay,
He
yeah.
was a douche.
He was not well.
I
That
have
dude's
Zoom meetings of him making people cry that I did turn over to the FBI.
I bet you
SEC.
did. We're gonna edit
So
that part out.
contacted them when I left.
I'm gonna
You can leave
edit
it
that.
in.
Nope, I'm editing that.
Leave
out.
it in.
Nobody's coming for you.
Fuck
Absolutely
that guy.
not.
Let
Fuck
him
that-
come for me. He has my
Fuck that
money.
guy. Fuck that guy.
Shit. Fuck that guy.
You're like, I've been hit in the face 60 plus times. Fuck
like,
that guy.
He's literally like 5'8". There was one time him and I got in a fight, like in our face, and I was like,
Yeah.
and he went around his desk, a glass desk, and I flipped it on him.
Good for
Fuck
you, Jen.
dude. And he
You
was like-
flipped his desk?
Yeah.
Good for you.
So bad.
How did you not walk out that day?
That's a fucking good question.
No,
Money.
but it's
I have
yeah.
4 kids to
yeah,
take care of.
you got people to feed.
I was
Yeah.
pregnant with Malia, I think, when I did that.
Who's gonna be president? So you needed to take care of that shit. She's a fucking badass. Okay. Have you ever personally? Well, we already kind of know the answer to this. Have you ever told a customer to fuck off?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Okay, but you don't say the words "fuck off."
I try to do it in a very nice, not smug way, because some people get derogatory or smug when they try to put people in their place. I just like to unleash some facts.
Yeah.
And I don't
Unleash
have to be
some
I
facts.
don't have to be smug. I'm old enough now where I don't need to be smug. I don't need to talk down to you. You made a mistake. It's okay. I'm here for you.
I'm here for you. This is actually
We'll work
your
through
therapy.
this together.
My rate just went up. Actually, it just doubled, but cool.
You're wrong. I'm right.
I'm dead.
That's hard for you. I understand these feelings that you're feeling.
I mean,
Good
they're
luck.
big. You have big feelings, as we say to kids. Okay, so you kind of already answered this question, but like I asked mostly about vomit. How many bodily fluids have been on your person whilst you were on the clock? So have you been bled on?
I have 4 kids.
Okay, well, that doesn't count though. On the clock though, like not kids do all the things.
Clock.
Like, was there ever a moment when something?
so.
Okay, because you said your carnival was pretty tightly fucking watched.
Yeah,
So
no.
okay, do you tip?
Oh yeah,
How much?
at least 20%.
You're at 20% now.
For
Having
like the pizza dude.
even 20% for the pizza.
I don't go out a lot.
Okay,
So
you have 4 children, so that's right. Okay,
I love to tip, and that is something that I probably learned from you guys.
from what? Because you worked.
Obviously, the strippers getting tipped. You know, you don't get tipped on the carnival.
That's right. You
I had
don't.
some people bring me flowers, which was super weird now looking back on
That's
it. But
nice though.
yeah, they were old men. Like,
it's
not
less nice.
Not appropriate.
Super inappropriate.
But I think that was something I learned from you guys. Like, I didn't realize there was no face to the situation. I mean, I always tipped well in Vegas, I think,
Sure.
but that's when it really became home. Like, oh my God.
You have to do this
I mean,
thing.
there were some times when in the beginning when we were living off of tips
Sure.
with Matt
Sure.
and the new baby. And yeah, like, you got a tip.
I mean,
Even my husband, he's from American Samoa, and I mean, I don't feel like there's a lot of restaurants. We haven't had this discussion before, but he's a huge tipper.
is he?
Yeah. And I think because he was a mover when he like finally started in the workforce, he was a mover, and people were always very generous to him.
So he
And he
extends
wants to
that.
reciprocate that.
That's
But
lovely.
yeah, you have to tip. Like, that's a dick move.
Do you ever not?
No, I never. Even bad service, I
Really?
cannot tip. Yeah.
What if
that's-
someone's like openly disparaging? Like, what if someone's really shitty?
I've never had that happen.
Well, you don't attract that. I attract that.
I'm a large woman. I'm
Will you
tall.
quit? Will you
No, I'm
fucking-
tall and I have broad shoulders. People
and big
know
boobs.
I would.
They know you could
knock
fucking knock them
fuck
out. So they're like, you know what we're not going to do? Call her outside of her name because she'll put hands on us. So we're all set. Okay.
But we are that. I was listening to your podcast with Natalie, and she's like, "If I have to get another iced tea," I was like, "I'm the girl."
You drink iced tea quickly.
I didn't realize until she said it. I didn't realize I did.
What is it though? What do you? Because we couldn't figure out what it was.
I developed pica when I was pregnant.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
You were
and
drinking
iced tea was part of it.
I bet.
Yeah, iced tea.
People
and
don't know what pica
ice.
is. Can you explain what pica is?
It's when you eat weird things, like your couch,
Like your
cushions.
hair or your fucking whatever.
Mine is orange peels, lime
you-
peels, and lemon peels. To
But
this
that's
day,
food though. So that's
is it
less.
though? The peel, really?
I mean, it's not. Doesn't taste great.
Well,
but
the doctor told me if I ever feel like I need to eat laundry detergent or bleach, then
that's
I
when you
need to
have
contact
yeah.
him.
He's right. Because
But that iced tea was part of it.
because of the lemon peel.
Probably, I don't know. Unsweetened iced tea
You were
is like
I could vacuum that down.
all day.
Now you drank that pregnant, and there's caffeine in that.
Thanks for pointing that out.
I'm a real piece of shit. We're gonna
No
keep it
one's
moving.
told me that before. At least I didn't smoke while pregnant.
Hey,
you know
what? And there's worse things people are doing, and they're having healthy babies. Here we go. So you've never worked a tipped position, you said. So the next question wouldn't make
Not an
sense.
intentional tip. I mean, I've been tipped.
We're not. I'm not peeling back that layer. Have you ever been fired from a customer service job?
Oh God, all the time.
Wait, really?
All the time.
Wait, when?
Education is a revolving door.
They fire you from it? I thought it was like impossible to get. Really?
Not unless you're a professor.
Oh, that's so fucked.
If you work any sort of job outside of a professor position, you are basically expendable.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
And we wonder why teachers are fucking burnt out all the time. It's like because you're just
Universities
replaceable.
are like a revolving door, especially proprietary universities.
What does that mean? Like an ITT Tech or like a
Yep.
Phoenix, University
Exactly.
of Phoenix, because they're just all online.
Yep, and the sales teams and that everybody. It's just if you're not if we're not bringing in billions, you're out.
Bye. Oof.
Yeah, revolving door
How
all
do
the
you
time.
fucking educate people if you're constantly worried about being fired?
Yeah, I don't
Education's
know
not
about
the priority.
that,
Not the priority.
But I don't know if that's what they were doing.
Yes, they were.
But it got to like the first time I got fired, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm
So
and I
expendable.
think Matt really helped me through that
Because as a bartender, we're fireable all the time. Yeah.
But he pointed out, you put into unemployment, you should go on unemployment a couple times in your life.
Yeah, you should.
But to me, it was like, I'm a disgrace.
Yeah, it feels shitty. Because you're from a working horse family.
Yeah.
And the idea of just being let go is...
Being on any state funded, that's just unheard of
feels
in
like failure.
Idaho at that time in like the 90s. But my family is like, no, you
paid
go
in.
work on a carnival. Like,
Yeah.
get your job. Like, go. But yeah, I felt horrible about that. And then after that, I was like, fuck it, fire me.
Yeah, but I wish a wish would. Please let me go. Okay.
But yeah, it was really that mentality of where you guys, it's actors or
Oh yeah, we're fired all the time. We're unemployed all the time.
all the time.
All the time. Okay.
Which is so sad because I feel like, honestly, it's like, that's the job I need. People bringing food to me is the most important job
Hello.
on the face of the earth.
I mean, I'd like to think it matters, but yeah, people would argue it's...
I don't see, like, in the hierarchy of how I view jobs, what I do is significantly less than...
But what you do facilitates people being able to get out of
their bottom line.
It does, but isn't that what everybody's doing? But I feel like what you do facilitates those of us who don't want to be working in restaurants to be able to step out of that. So
do you ever feel like if you worked in a restaurant where it was like you got the respect that you deserve, you'd be like, I'm cool here?
100%.
Yeah.
Because it's fast and it's easy and it's 100%. It's just getting shit on all the time. That's what's so hard.
Matt would come home with money and I'm like, why do I work?
It's not all the time, folks.
What am I
it's not all
doing?
The time. But yeah, but it is gambling. And I feel like restaurants and bars attract people who are like travelers and like want fast, never want anything to be the same and don't really like a desk job. And it's like whatever can be, it's inconsistent. I mean, that level of inconsistency, it's like you go in and you're like, ooh, I could make $40 tonight or I could make $300 tonight. Let's see. And so I do think that there's a piece of it, like insofar as it does support being an artist and it's whatever.
Yeah.
I do think there's a piece of people who stay in it, our personalities are like, oh, I like change. Like, what's different? Because otherwise, it's kind of insane. Because you are gambling to be able to pay your rent. I mean, it is gambling. Because tips are a gift; they're not a guarantee.
Yeah,
we assume that they're going to be there, but they're not a guarantee. Okay, give me an example of the worst customer or worst client that you can think of. Now, the people that are doing chargebacks fucking 2 years later, that's disgusting. But if you can't think of like one specific apart from the examples you've already given, do you have like an archetype of someone who would be like the quintessential worst?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Tell me.
I love pegging people into little holes.
There's a joke there somewhere.
In my field, we get a lot of women and men that come that have this idea of like, I have a due date on things. Online marketing, online buyer mentality, the online business infrastructure changes so fast and so rapidly that for somebody to come in and say, I have a hard deadline of so-and-so to launch my next course, launch my next clothing line, launch my next
whatever
it may be, it's unrealistic.
Always.
It's unrealistic.
100%.
Because then what happens, maybe the buyer market shifts, just like the stock market. Maybe the buyer market's going to shift and the mentality is like, oh, right now, January 1st, people are thinking about their kids who have to go back to Q2 and are mandated vaccines. They're not thinking about buying a course on making their kid a better soccer player. Right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that buyer market shift, that buyer mentality shift, if you're not flexible in rolling with the punches of online business, you're going to fail.
Wow.
And they hold us accountable for those timelines. And those timelines, even if we hit our deadlines of what we need to do, whether it's graphic wise, copy wise, whatever it may be, if they're not successful, they hold us accountable for it. But they won't take our advice when it comes to, hey, buyer mentality is going to shift. I can tell you what the buyer mentality is going to be January 1st through the 15th. Because I studied it for years.
Hold on. This better be the best bed of all the beds in the history of beds. I hope it's a fucking bed.
So hard deadlines in online business don't work.
But you were about to say you've been in the industry for long enough to know that, like, you just can you can tell them how long. Oh, buyer market shifting.
Yeah.
And you could predict, you said from January this to this date, it's going to look like this.
Yeah, buyer market, depending on your program. Let's say if you are a online health coach for women between the ages of 30 and 50, yes, you would think your ideal time to start a course would be the beginning of January, but it's not true because people have to focus on getting their kids back to school after holidays.
Oh.
So shift your course to February because that's when everything's settled. Okay, now I'm ready to focus back on myself. So that buyer mentality, your ideal client mentality, people just don't think about that when they set deadlines for themselves. So they don't shift and ebb and flow when it comes to online business. It's not like a restaurant where you knew if it was the holidays at the Universal Studios, you were going to have some banging crowds, right?
Yeah.
People don't think online business. Yeah, there's certain times that are better for your business.
Sure.
And that ebb and flow depending on your ideal client. If you're dealing with 65-year-old males who are buying real estate, probably year round. Like you're probably okay. It's probably going to be a slow, steady, year round situation. Mm-hmm. But the ebb and flow of, dealing with a modern mom or housewife, if that's your ideal client, if that's who you're selling to, don't bother talking to them in the summer.
January or the summer. So
take your ads.
Save your money.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying is like, don't wait, don't throw.
But people get in this, and it's got to be hard coded into us, deadlines. I love it.
I think he's doing it on purpose at this point because like this is now, what are we, an hour into the drilling? I think deadlines are hard coded into us, but I also think the perception of control, even we're still in COVID, but like even during COVID, it was like, no, we still have some modicum of control over fill in the blank. So what I'm hearing you say for worst customer are the people who come to you and say, I know best. Mm-hmm. I know market trends. I know what's going to work, fit into this thing. And you fully knowing that won't actually work. That isn't the market trend. And you can prove to them why. Do you say to them, like, we'll take you on anyway? Sure, we'll meet these arbitrary deadlines?
No, we definitely turn people away.
You do?
For that. But if you came to me and you were like, my ideal client is me, cool. You may not like email marketing, but you have no data to back up that your clients wouldn't enjoy email marketing. So when you come to me with this confrontational, well, I don't like email marketing, it's not going to work for my ideal client.
You're like, right, you're not everybody though.
Show me the data to prove that. Until you have the data, you have nothing.
That's right.
Or data. I know I get in trouble for that all the
Whatever,
time.
I like data. Go ahead. Who cares?
It's because
nothing matters.
It's because of Star Trek.
Oh. Jesus Christ. Nerd. I said it up top. You're a nerd.
It's people think they know and they're not willing to
acquiesce on that.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to tell you. That's my thing, though, is then why hire an expert? If you think that you've hired, like, I don't get it.
I ask that question all the time.
Don't hire me then.
Well, then you can't hold me accountable.
That's
so there's
right.
a point sometimes where we'll be doing our thing and being like, hey, we know this is going to get you results because I have years of data to prove this is going to get you results. And then they're like, no, I want to change it. I have to have that conversation with them saying, at this point, when you changed my plan, I can no longer be held accountable for your results.
Good for you. Will you say that to them?
Yeah.
But that's true.
You
because
have to.
The deliverables that you're asking me to meet are not backed up by science or facts or anything. So, okay, cool.
It's just your
opinion.
Yeah.
It's literally your opinion, business owner.
Yeah. So you have to have those hard conversations, and sometimes...
Jen, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm just going home to go to bed. It's not like I'm missing out on something.
Well, you're going to miss out on this because this might be the whole night. You sure you don't want to spend the night?
I don't think it's intentional because it's not over us.
Oh, it's not? I wonder if they're
there.
It's over there. Okay. Yeah. So I agree with you that the archetype of the worst customer is the person who's about to tell you about this situation. It's like, then don't hire me.
Don't hire an expert. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, folks, we're going to move on to the good stuff. We hoped you saved room for dessert. Okay, this is the last section. What's the nicest thing a customer has done for you whilst you were working? Or a client or...
Yeah. We have clients, Macy, who sent us, she sends like gift packages to the kids where it's like those around the world food
Oh, fun.
boxes where it's like Egypt one time or
That's fucking
Greece
cool.
another. And so you get like, one was UK and like you get these weird chips. You're like, oh my gosh, they eat that there. The kids loved it. She was super sweet.
She sent those to you guys?
Yeah, she sent them to Cassie and myself.
That's lovely.
We've had clients send samples of what they sell, which is always amazing. Everything from like wildlife game rubs,
Oh, hell yeah.
like seasoning, to sex toys with clients that are sexual therapists. Like,
Hell yeah.
we have a wide range of clients. It's
They service
again,
everyone, folks.
if it's not weird, we don't want it. You know?
You want to have fun. You're a carny.
So yeah, we have really good clients, especially now, you know, with Digital Course Hive, watching them start their own businesses.
That's neat.
It has just been amazing that
That's
you know
lovely.
that, you know, the 30-year-old mother, single mother is able to start an online business. And even though she can't quit her job just yet, it's
She's
getting to,
right
she's
there.
right there. You know, all these great things that are happening where we're able to watch people grow. I think
That's cool.
that's the greatest gift.
Yeah.
Although I do love food, if anybody's listening.
Send Jen a gift. Okay. What's the best time you've ever had at work?
I work by myself.
So every day.
So every day I'm just alone in an office.
Amazing. Okay.
Best time I've had at work. I mean, currently I talk to Cassie like 40 times a day and it's all just hilarious.
But you like her, so it's like it's just all great.
Yeah, it's all great. Like
That's
there's
lovely.
no, by helping clients, like every Thursday afternoon before I came here, like we had a live training. It's
Fun.
fun. When you make your own business, it's fun.
Because
do
you
whatever
define the
want.
rules.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
you know,
I
if
say
you
this
don't
all the
like
time.
it, get off my lawn.
Yep. Bye. Get off my lawn. Okay. What's the best lesson that you have learned from working in customer
You can
service?
always make more money.
Oh, come on. Come on. I'm writing it down. And I'm going to get a clean version of you answering that when the drilling stops.
Yeah, you can always make more money. You can't clean up your reputation so fast. And I think that fear keeps people,
What fear? The fear of not being able to make money?
the fear of realizing that they think they're not going to make more money.
What does that keep people from doing?
Quitting horrible jobs,
Come on.
starting their own business,
That's right.
doing what they want to do, leaving horrible bosses. There's a lot.
Yeah. So the best lesson you have learned is that you can always make more money.
Always make more money.
So you really approach every situation like, if you're a bad client, I will let you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that has remained true for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fear paralyzes me.
It paralyzes a lot of people.
Yeah, I become loyal to jobs I shouldn't because I'm just like, well, especially as an actor in a bad set, you're like, well, but it's an acting job, so I've got to just kind of take it. And that
You
PA is being a
always
dick.
join
And
a carnival, and it's fucking amazing.
that's right. You can always
Like-
join a carnival. That's really the lesson you've learned.
Not that that's like the lowest of lows, but like
Sounds fun as
honestly,
fuck.
There's
Minus the
there
getting hit in the face.
are- And if we've learned anything in this industry and what we see in the online, there is a job for everybody.
That's right.
We have everything, like I said, from sex therapists to people teaching you how to season turkey to professional soccer players who are teaching kids how to get recruited into D1 schools.
Holy
to,
shit. There's a course for all
There's
things.
so much out there.
Money to be made.
And people don't, when you get stuck in this bubble, you think, oh my God. And I was there. That's how I know. I was working in university and I was like, well, if I ever leave this job, there's going to be nothing for me. What do I do?
right.
Work at 7-Eleven? There's so much out there that people don't realize.
Well, I think we get stuck in this fucking scream. We're so close to done. Just let us fucking finish. I get so stuck in this idea of if the money isn't coming in immediately, then I'm going to be homeless. I mean, the option, there's no in between. It's like either I'm actively earning or I am pushing a shopping cart on the street. And that's insane thinking because it's not true.
It's just not good for your psyche.
No.
That's why.
No, because it's why we stay in jobs that are terrible for
Yeah.
us.
And
it's-
that's why people continue to take advantage
yes,
of
they
people that
they
are stuck in those positions.
They exploit that. Absolutely. Okay. Well, last question for this section. What's one piece of advice that you would give to customers who interact with customer service workers?
Oh, you don't know everything? Shut your mouth. Like, what are we going for here? I have a lot of things.
Oh my God, both. Tell me more. Shut your mouth is probably my fucking favorite.
You came to me. I'm the expert.
Yep.
Don't ask me what the special is or what I'd recommend for you, and then choose something else.
Yeah. Or if you're going to choose something else, just don't ask.
Right.
It's so easy to not ask. Right. Please save me the time that this is taking from both of our lives. Like, just don't ask. Just don't hire an expert.
Right.
You have the best ideas. Save your money. Do it yourself. You're so good at everything. Slow clap your way into fucking bankruptcy. Good for you. Keep going. But people are experts that you hire for a reason.
Yeah. And I think that also that's like that economic ladder where people believe that they're better than certain people.
Come on.
Based on
what? Because you spent more on school?
Right. But I spent money on...
Yeah.
There's never a point where I'd be like, I'm better than you.
Such a weird thought.
I could never work in a restaurant. I would lose my mind.
Working in a restaurant is specifically terrible.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't do it. So why would you not respect the people that can?
Yeah.
Because it takes a specific person to do that.
It takes a certain amount of like tolerance and acceptance. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And patience, which I don't always exercise.
But just people are so...
Agreed.
Like, they just look down on people for no reason.
Well, and I think you have a specifically like guttural response to that too, because of doing a job where you literally were spit on for the or kicked out of hotels for the job that you did. I think you're acutely aware of how fucking terrible that feels and how insane it is to have any sort of caste system, which we absolutely have in this country. Anyway.
We had a client. This is just one example. He is a mid to early 20s love coach who also happened to be on a show.
Oh God.
Where people married immediately.
I'm gonna figure out who this is.
But the relationship didn't last.
Shocking.
We built his courses for being an online love coach. The guy acted like he knew more than us.
No. No.
I would be like, I am old enough to be your mother.
You are not. Shut the fuck up. If you had him when you were 6.
You do not know anything about love.
But that's a hello. Like, and he was making money. See, this is proof positive. Of course he is. This is proof positive you can charge people for anything. All you got to do is flex and act like you got the biggest dick in the room. Yeah. And people are just like looking for a leader all the time. They're like, oh, okay, you know what's up.
We had, so we used to do heavy online marketing. We were considered when we started out a full service online marketing firm. Mm-hmm. And there was a client. When you give us access to run your ads, I have access to your Facebook pages and so on and so forth. This guy was married, had a 1-year-old kid. He worked in the health and wellness field, right?
Right.
So they're kind of uppity anyway.
Shocking.
And he was cheating on his wife.
God, and you found out via Facebook? Because you had
Messenger.
Oh, God.
And it was to the point where I was getting so mad at my husband.
Oh.
Cassie made me fire the guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she was like, this is going to end your marriage.
Yeah. She was like, your anxiety. Like, these are the things that happen out there.
Sure.
We're like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So I had to fire him because he was getting the DMs from the ladies.
And he was responding.
And between him and the 25-year-old love coach that was like just using it as a pickup line.
Gross.
I could honestly, if my husband ever leaves me, don't leave me, Alabama. I would never
again.
Ever again.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Because there's so many skeevy dudes. Yeah. There's skeevy people. There's skeevy women too. But like, who slides in someone's DMs that's married? Shame on those women too. Shame on everybody involved.
This is pictures of his kid and his wife.
Nope. This is the positive section though. So what
positive.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Nah, stop. We're moving on. So is there anything else that you wish people knew that would help change our interactions with customer service workers?
Just sit down.
Sit down and shut up seems to be the summary. Calm down. For real, calm down, though. For real, calm down.
I have this theory.
Oh.
We're still going to stay in the positive section.
Okay, great.
Not let it start in my world. I have this theory that as things become off topic or off mic, we talked about inflation and how every year I've grown exponentially in my income, but the bills continue to grow even more. And inflation, like, what do we have? 34% inflation here in Southern California?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's obscene.
a gallon of milk is just
$5 now or something.
yeah,
like
it's
that?
insane. And you feel that pinch. And as people start to feel that pinch psychologically, they become angrier.
That's right.
So over the course of the past 15 years, if you look at it as a whole, you sit back and think about it, you're like, people are getting angrier. And unless we consciously say, sit the fuck down. You came to this restaurant. You came out to this movie theater.
Yeah.
You came to this concert. Sit down. Fucking enjoy yourself. Sometimes you can't enjoy yourself.
That's right.
Because you're so, and maybe you don't realize it's going on inside you. Because there's a lot of people that don't realize that you're just feeling that pressure of the world closing in on you and not being able to come up for air. That when you do go to places to enjoy yourself, sometimes it's hard.
That's a great point.
That you can't just, now when I go with my kids, I love theme parks now. So theme parks are my therapy. I mean, my father literally put me to sleep in his jacket, walking around listening to the chaos and with the carnival lights. So when I go to a theme park, that's therapy for me. I can't enjoy it anymore.
Really?
It's just
Pressure cooker.
pressure cooker. Yeah. Like sometimes I have to sit down and be like, calm. And I'm pretty aware of what's happening as far as a whole in society and people just that consumerism shrinking you. But sometimes I have to sit down and be like, calm down, Jen.
Is it because you're observing other people's behavior, or is it because you're just at your 10?
But I'm still feeling it. Even in myself. You know, when I go to the grocery store, my grocery store bill from last year to this year jumped from $300 to $700. How can I go out and enjoy myself and be like, chill out, Jen?
It's going to cost you $1,000 to enjoy yourself. Yeah, I get that.
So people just need to, if you're
going to go have a good time, have a good time.
They always say, like, be in the moment, be present. That was like the big thing back in the day. It's kind of the same thing. People need to calm down and take a minute. And sometimes that takes a minute. Like the other day, Cassie and I went to this Van Gogh thing down the road here. And we went to a restaurant before. And it took me a second. Once I sit down at a restaurant, I'm like, A, I haven't been to a restaurant in, 2 years?
Yeah.
B, this kid is clearly new. And he's doing a killer job. He's trying his best. Sometimes you have to sit down and be like, wow, calm down, Jen.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
sure. You got to give yourself the space to actually be present. That's hard. It's hard because we're also in the pressure cooker of the pandemic too. I mean, like everybody's gas tanks are low, literally and figuratively. Like,
and you guys are under a lot of stress, and sometimes you can feel that energy in a room where it's like a high stress restaurant.
Sure.
You're like, ooh, we're here, we're in it.
Yeah.
It's like Coyote Ugly up in here. You guys are
they wish.
do it.
They wish,
you know?
they wish we were less
it's a lot of energy up in this place.
Energy.
And
that's what it is. Yeah.
You got to be like, okay, don't project that energy onto somebody else.
That's right. I agree with that. Well, Jen, how can people get in touch with you? How can people hire you to make their, brands look better? How do you want people to bother you?
No, don't
bother her. Okay. How can they hire you? How can they give you their money?
It's just digitalcoursehive.com. You know, if you're looking to create a website of any kind, sell things online, get into any online business, we just want to make sure people aren't struggling.
It's so lovely.
During the aftermath of the pandemic, which isn't going to look the same as beforehand.
That's right.
Everybody should have some sort of online side hustle, and it doesn't cost you a lot. Like, a lot of people are like, it's going to cost so much, I got to do this. No, we have like a $29 a month plan. Like, set up a website. You're an expert. And I think that imposter syndrome, a lot of people don't think they're an expert.
That's right.
And so they're scared to put themselves out there. But like, there's things that kids in Nebraska need to know about becoming an actress in LA before they come to LA.
Sure.
These are classes that kids need. These are things that are going to change. And this is global community education. Don't get me wrong, I love a good university, but you can learn so much more from you than I can from an English 101 class.
Well, experiential education is a real thing that I wish I would have had access to before I moved out here. 100%.
Can you think of how many little girls are sitting here right now in junior year in high school and be like, I want to move to LA and be an actress?
That's about when I realized it.
Clue?
And no clue. And they get taken advantage of, and it happens over and over and over and over again.
But if they had like a $100 online course, their parents could buy them, like the real that's going down out here,
they'd 100% do it.
Yeah.
It's
I would buy that for my kids.
Sure. That's such a good point. God, Jen. Okay. Well, folks, this is the last podcast ever because I'm about to start course selling and fuck y'all. Well, folks, we're going to drop your checks now. Thank you all so much for listening. If you want to help us out here at Service from Hell, we'd love to have you subscribe, rate, and or review the show wherever you listen. It will help us reach more people that need to be schooled on the art of being kind and will be catharsis for those of us still working in the industry. If you want to help us out here and get in touch with us directly at Service from Hell, you can send us your receipts to servicefromhellpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, if you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to go out. So don't be garbage and be good to people. It's easier that way. Jen, you gave us so many wonderful stories. I can't even tell you. This was so much time of yours. This was like over 3 hours of just gems and pearls, and I am so grateful.
Sounds like a sitcom. I know.
No, like I can't even tell you. It's harder than you think to get people to be honest and to tell stories that are personal to them. It's hard. A microphone can be intimidating, and you were so comfortable and so lovely. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It was my absolute pleasure. We are going to break this up into several episodes, and when people have questions about the carnival stuff separate from your business, I'm going to send them your way. I won't be fielding any of those questions. I'm going to send them into your DMs. Yes.
We can bring more carnies in. You can have like a whole, you can call it the fair.
Yeah, you're going to regret offering some bullshit.
Some crazy service stories.
Do you understand? I'm telling you how hard it is to get people to be honest. Okay, y'all,
Carnies
listen for the follow-up. I'm learning that. Thanks, folks, for listening. Good night.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight here on Service from Hell with part 2 with Jennifer Reed Williams. And we just could have talked to her forever and ever. We keep saying it, but we're super grateful for her time. And we will see you next week with a new guest. Thank you, folks, so much for listening. Good night.
Hold for drilling.
He's really drilling.
Why is he drilling right now? God fucking damn it. Hold for drilling.
When we weren't...
Hold on. Hold for drilling. What is this fucking dude doing?
Sounds like he's moving.
What are you doing? We're trying to record here, you dick. I'm gonna fucking scream. Like, I'm so sorry, Jen.
It's okay.
You're going to have to hold your thoughts for dickhead above us. Yo.
It almost feels like he passed out with it just in his
The drill's just hitting the ground.
Just like...